I have some devastating news. I know you guys all you were all backing me to become the new pope.
Yeah, the white smoke clearly didn't spell out who the name was. So.
Unfortunately, I got some devastating news. Uh, Turns out I have to be Catholic and a cardinal in order to be
That's
elected
why.
as pope. And I don't know. I just feel like it's discrimination. I will be suing the Catholic Church. So if you could please donate to our Ko-fi.
Goofy, please, guys. You know what this means, though, man? We have great clickbait for the next episode of the podcast and an awesome thumbnail. The problem with it is, though,
why I'm not the Pope, gone
why
sexual.
I'm not the Pope.
Hey, I'm Emilio,
Hey, I'm Rian.
and welcome to the Terminally Online Pen Pals podcast.
We're two friends that have only ever met through the internet.
Join us as we talk about our lives in this epic show.
And the show starts now.
What is up, Terminally Online Pen Pals Nation?
We're Killer Emilio and Killer Rian here with another epic episode.
Musician, homicide, Keem Moon. I don't know why I'm doing a Keemstar joke in 2025, but
I have no idea. He doesn't even do Drama Alert anymore. I don't know
I
why.
didn't even know that. I didn't even know that because
DJ Killer Emilio and
Moon.
Rian here.
I learned that today, and I wanted to pay homage to a great organization and a legend.
I'm not gonna. I'm actually kind of relieved, to be honest. I was never a fan of Drama Alert. Didn't really care for Keemstar very much.
And we just got doxxed.
It means nothing.
We just got doxxed.
Yep.
Thank you, Ryan. It's been a pleasure here.
You know what?
Hang out
Fuck
with
all you
guys.
haters. I never liked Keemstar. Come at us as hard as you guys can. Leak Emilio's details first so I can be notified and then change mine. So do your worst. We here at Terminally Online Pen Pals Podcast Nation will stand strong.
Anyways, guys, welcome to a very special episode of the Terminally
Very
Online
special.
Pen Pals. In this episode, we got some crazy topics such as is it really necessary for us to drink water every day? We're doing the kidney stone challenge. First person to get kidney stones.
Actually, I have a big thing of tea right here, so I'm already ahead of the curve, guys. I'm going to rack up so many of these damn kidney stones that we're going to figure out who can pass them the fastest. We're now a health podcast.
I'm falling behind. After this recording, I'm going to go downstairs to the kitchen, fill up a glass of water, and drop as much salt as humanly possible into that glass.
No, dude, start chugging the soda, the tea. Don't forget the water. Don't even bother with the salt. Just drink that thing of Dr. Pepper and Pepsi you have downstairs in your fridge at the same time.
Yeah, but I don't want diabetes. The challenge is just kidney stones, guys.
Well, no, the diabetes challenge.
If you
we're
get
going to do that, though, the same
that's
episode.
an automatic.
It was a double feature.
That's an automatic DSQ, man.
No, that doesn't count. It was a double feature episode: kidney stones and diabetes, to see who could catch it the fastest.
Man, it makes it more.
Why am I giving you advice on this?
Part of the challenge is who can just.
Yeah, why am I giving you advice on this if that's the challenge?
Anyways, guys, welcome to week number 500,000 of Earth. Actually, we've been counting
of Earth. Welcome back to another epic episode of the podcast, guys. As always, Ryan and Emilio with another awesome episode. Today, guys, is going to be a bit of a special one if you guys didn't catch it in the last episode. Yes, because of the
kidney stone challenge. Let's just not reveal it. Let's just not reveal it. We already said too much. Ryan, why don't you just kick us off talking about what you did this week?
Very well, guys. I'll give you guys the rundown on my very exciting week since our last episode recording. And I'm here to tell you guys in extremely epic news that I have no updates on really anything from this
Guys,
past
this
week.
is my last episode. I'm
Unfortunately.
killing myself. There was no house update. There's no reason to live.
I've been so busy this week trying to chug all the soda, water, salt, and teas in order to get as many kidney stones as possible that it's just distracted me from everything else that I would normally talk about throughout the week. The diabetes isn't quite there
Ryan's
yet.
dad
but,
was like, "Hey, are you gonna fix the Porsche?"
uh,
That's Ryan
No, Dad,
chugging. That's Ryan chugging water and salt, not dick. Everybody.
my entire family is wondering, Ryan, why aren't you going to work and making money to, have a good living for yourselves? Guys, I'm trying to get diabetes here for a podcast, so just leave me alone. No, well, both. I mean, I'm trying to contract both at this point. I want to see how far we can take
Everybody
this.
in Ryan's house is, why is Ryan violently screaming every time he goes to pee? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm looking back at so many old embarrassing YouTube videos. That's the reason why. I'm just in agonizing pain.
Every time I go to take a piss, I remember the prom story, and I just can't bear it. Guys,
Remember the prom story or that old teabag video I did? Or the NASCAR rant, all sorts of horrible things. No, guys, I really don't have any major updates throughout this week. It's been relatively normal for me. Pretty normal work schedule. No real updates. No house update this week either. We've been doing general summer stuff, taking care of the yard and, taking out branches from trees and whatnot, Nothing really too special on the house update, but hopefully I'll have one for you guys the next episode when construction actually starts on the bathroom and the kitchen floor. So this is a tease. There's not saying there's not going to be any news. This is just simply a tease for the future. So, but unfortunately this week, I don't really have any hard-hitting news. Sorry. Or anything major to at least talk about other than work and, all the usual stuff.
Boom. Anyways, guys, welcome to my update. Frame-by-frame analysis of the house update teaser.
All right.
So Ryan mentioned...
What do we got?
If we look at frame 152, we'll see that Ryan just blinked. This could be a nod to the comics.
You're going to say... Frame 210. Ryan discusses his first ever kidney stone for the next Top Pod challenge.
Is the kidney stones a reference to the material that they're going to use for the house?
I think it might be, actually. We're actually going to... What we're going to do is we're going to take all the ones that we get from this challenge and we're going to pave the walkway to the house.
That's so disgusting stuff. I hate that I started this joke. Anyways, guys, my week... what did I
Was
get
it boring?
Up to? I actually have. It's been the most depressing week of my life, everybody. First of all, no house update this week. On Tuesday, I learned that my team will not be participating in the Club World Cup.
Yes! I mean, I'm so sorry, buddy.
Honestly, I don't want to fucking hear it, guys. I'm genuinely very quite angry.
Wow.
I got my refund, but I'm still just very disappointed. And I can't believe I have to go to Orlando. But I guess I'm going.
I'm so sorry to hear that, buddy. I mean, my conspiratorial plan worked that I talked about several episodes ago, but I feel bad. So I did want to send you the money in compensation.
I didn't even want to go to the worst country on earth, depending on how the activity that we do next turns out. But yeah, that's just it.
Sorry to hear, buddy, that your team will unfortunately not be playing. But look on the plus side. Now you can make the most out of your America tour, and now you have no excuse to not come to Ryansville.
I still don't have money, though.
Yeah, but you have that refund now from the soccer game, so that should help you, get there part way.
Anyways, on Wednesday, I went bowling. It had been a while since I went and did that.
Whoa, we got a bowler in the house. There we go.
Yeah. Bowling is, of course, when you and your friends all get a bowl cut together. I don't know. What else could that be?
I mean, you have gone bald twice, so I guess you have some experience with that.
Last thing, Big news. This is something you guys have only heard in Legends. I finished editing a main channel video. Everybody give me an
What?
applause.
What?
Yes. Thank you very much. You might
After so many months of having a dead YouTube channel, Emilio has finally made hopefully decent at least content. I mean, at this point, we take what we can get.
It'll probably be better than all the Nostalgia Factor videos combined and then some.
That have been consistently coming out, getting pretty good views, and are good quality. Yes, I agree.
No. I mean, I
Yeah.
think everything you just said was a lie, but
I think everything I just said is true.
Yo, dude,
You
Santa's
check out the
watching.
Nostalgia Factor.
Santa's watching, man. Why are you fucking lying, dude? You're trying to get us all like we won't get gifts, man, because of you. But yes, maybe at the end of the month, I don't know. Or maybe next year that video will finally go public. But
Can you
yeah.
give us a tease on what the video's about? Or is
The
it super
vi-
secret?
Nah, I mean it's a world theater about a movie, horror movie.
Whoa, it's a World Theater video, finally.
Yes.
I'm willing to bet if it comes out next year, it's going to be a Now You See Me 3. I'm calling it right here. Now You See Me 3 announced,
I mean,
guys.
it'd be pretty weird because
The
like,
OGs
if I
will
finish,
remember.
today's May 9th. And and Now You See Me comes out in July. So how would I have known? But I don't
The
know.
point is, do a video on the movie. It's your favorite film series. You have to at this point. You've already done a review on the first two.
I'm good.
He's very humble.
And today must be opposite day because I have a house update. Oh yeah.
What?
Bet you didn't see that coming.
We have a Spanish house update?
I don't live in Spain. I only live in pain.
We have a Mexican house update?
I live in Spain without
Wait, so
the
for the
S.
house update intro, can you just have like some house update in Spanish play to kind of make sure viewers don't get confused? 'Cause they're gonna think it's mine.
Actualización de casa.
Actualización de casa.
Before we started recording, they came to check the solar water heater in my house. And they fixed it up, just usual maintenance thing. And the guy said, hey, your water tank has a puncture. And we're like,
Whoa.
I kind of need water. This was about
Yeah.
an hour before when we're recording this. And
Okay, so this is like the last few hours then. Okay.
yeah, so we were like, okay, well, we have to call someone to replace the water tank. And they told us they can come on Tuesday. Today's Friday. So my mom just got some tape and told me, yeah, you can just try patching it up with that. Let's see how far we can get until Tuesday. So yeah.
I'm gonna get a message like 4 days from now where man was like, dude, can you fly me some water out to my address? I'm basically dying of dehydration at this point because this damn water tank isn't fixed yet.
I mean, the problem isn't that we will run out of water. The problem is that our water bill will get insane because we're just wasting water.
So you won't die, but your bank account will.
Yeah. So no shower challenge, guys. It's not me. We're saving money.
I give him 2 days max.
Anyways, guys, that is it for my update. Ryan has an incredible activity planned for us today that you probably already saw as the clickbait title of this episode, unless we think of a really funny clickbait title with the Pope thing. I don't think so, because the Pope thing was announced yesterday, Thursday, and this comes out Monday, hopefully. So it won't be
Or the kidney stone challenge.
Or the kidney stone challenge. And that will get us perma banned.
I'm sure. We just have to put it off in like the description. So
Ryan, what is this
guys.
epic activity?
So Emilio and I, after our last recording session, we were talking for a little while about Emilio's upcoming trip to the States, and we came up with a pretty cool idea to do since this is Emilio's, big trip. This is another time he's coming here to the good old US of A.
It's like
and I
Spider-Man
figured,
Homecoming.
yes, Spider-Man Homecoming. Well, as you guys know here from the show, I am a historian. I'm a teacher for a living. I work in a prison. You guys know that at this point. However, I am also a history buff. I've been researching history ever since I was younger, reading encyclopedias, researching almost every part of American or U.S. history. So we had the idea to prep Emilio for his upcoming trip to the States. Why not make sure that he's fully prepared to enter this country, so that way he knows what he's talking about, to make sure he knows how to navigate around each state he's going to visit, and just to make sure that his knowledge is up to snuff. So I came up with a number of questions to ask Emilio to really test his knowledge and see, is he a true historian? Does he really know what he's talking about? Which he doesn't. But let's just see if he knows a few basic questions. So Emilio, I want you to know, if you fail this test, by the way, you're going to have to cancel your trip. I'm sorry. Like, there is an basically, if he doesn't pass this quiz, there is a hidden virus on his computer, laptop, whatever, that will delete his flight as well as his online tickets. So the plane will no longer be available to Emilio to come to this country.
Okay, let's go. Let's do this.
All right. Emilio, I'm going to start off by asking you an easy one for question 1, and we're going to keep a tally of his points and see what he gets at the end of the episode.
Okay.
Simple question right off the bat. Who was the first president of the United States of America?
Well, define first, because if we want to look at it, then
The first elected official that was in the White House.
yeah, no, I know it's George W. As in W, as in Washington. You guys thought I was gonna say
Wow.
Bush.
There we
Pranked
go.
you. Yeah, I'm aware of that
Solid
guy.
start.
I didn't know he won
He's
the
right.
election. I didn't know he won an election.
Well, it was actually his idea after the Revolutionary War in order to become the first elected official. He didn't originally want to be the president, but they viewed him as an effective leader.
I assume that only like 5 people voted back then.
Probably. The population wasn't that big back then, but it was enough votes.
And women and
popular
black
men.
people couldn't vote, so...
Unfortunately, not back then. But he was still voted on nonetheless. So George Washington, Emilio has 1 point.
Not my
Congratulations,
president.
buddy.
Anyways.
Congratulations, buddy. I'm very proud. Okay. Emilio. Question.
Every point is a kiss, Ryan and I will share.
Ah, fuck. Get more of these wrong. As we go. All right. Question number dos. So I can relate to Emilio better. All right. Emilio, who was the second president of the United States of America?
It was John Adams.
Wow, 2 for 2. Holy crap.
I know this.
I chucked in a few presidential questions because on our last conversation, Emilio struggled quite a bit with some of the early presidents.
But I know this because in Boy Meets World, the characters go to John Adams High or something. Or elementary.
So Boy Meets World taught you a bit of his. Well, to be fair.
Well, it's not my country, Ryan. It's like...
I guess that's fair. Okay. I guess that's fair. Okay. All right, Emilio. Now we're going to veer away from the presidents, because clearly you prepared a little too much for some of these presidential questions. From Boy Meets World, apparently.
I finished reading the Wikipedia page of the United States before this. So
maybe he did prepare more than what I thought for this one. All right, Emilio. Question number 3. What was the name of the ship that brought the very first group of people from England back in the early 1600s to what is now modern-day Massachusetts? What is the name of the ship that arrived at Plymouth?
Your Honor, objection. I thought this was American history, so...
This is American history. What was the name of the ship that brought some of the first colonists over to Plymouth, Massachusetts? It is themed around the holiday of Thanksgiving.
The SS Turkey. Everyone knows.
Whoa, how did he not get it? Wow.
I'm not gonna celebrate the murder of Native Americans. So
Do you want me to give you? Do you want me to give you a hint?
is it not the SS? Thank you.
No. Part of the name is in the month.
SS? No, not November.
That would have been an epic name. That would have definitely been. That would have been more memorable than the actual name. But
November?
no, the name is in the month. Is your hint, or part of the name's in the month?
Thanksgiving is in November, right?
I didn't say it had to do with Thanksgiving. I said the name is in the month, or part of the name is in the month.
The
This must be how
Mayflower.
Jeopardy. Whoa, he got it!
Oh, I
Mayflower.
got it this
There
month.
we go.
Okay, got
3 for 3 after a bit of struggling.
it.
Emilio finally
How
got
is
it.
there not the SS Turkey if it's the Thanksgiving mobile?
3 for 3. That's right. I am genuinely surprised. All right, Emilio, here we go. We have this one you only get one guess for because unfortunately there aren't a ton of wars, thankfully, major wars to talk about in U.S. history because they're all pretty devastating.
Oh, okay.
But let me ask you, Emilio, what was the iconic war, or infamous war, I should say, the infamous war that resulted in the burning of the White House?
The Civil
The
War.
only one of the incorrect, not the Civil War. It was the War of 1812.
And why did they fight?
Any historian would have known that. That was 50 years before the Civil War, when the British made one last attempt to take over the United States. It ended in a stalemate, but they did succeed in burning down the White House. It was the War of 1812. So, buddy, unfortunately, you missed this point. I'm sorry.
I didn't even know they had a War of 1812. Maybe if they had like a more creative name for it, I would have gave a shit about it.
Well, I mean, if you would have studied beforehand, it would have helped. All right, buddy. Question number 4. You get 3 guesses at this one because there are 50 states. I'll give you that one. What is the state that Mount Rushmore, one of America's most iconic monuments,
See, I'm against
is
that
located
one
in?
because I think they stole that mountain from Native American tribes. So I'm not gonna answer
Name
that
the
one.
states that the mountain is in.
Is it? Can I get
You
a
get
clue?
3 guesses. After you take your first guess, I'll help you narrow it down.
Can I phone a friend?
I don't count. I'm not going to give you the answer.
Okay, so Phineas and Ferb went there. So
Disney Channel showed it, so this should help. Just guess the state. I'll help you narrow it down after that.
Virginia.
It's not on the East Coast. Incorrect.
Is it a landlocked state?
I can't tell you that. I told you it's not on the East Coast. That eliminates a good chunk of it.
Oklahoma.
Incorrect. It's to the east of Oklahoma.
Oh my god, okay, so where's Oklahoma? Like right next to Oklahoma?
No, it's not directly next to Oklahoma. It's east of Oklahoma. It's slightly north.
Washington State.
That is to the west
Oh,
of Oklahoma.
fuck.
Incorrect. The correct answer was South Dakota.
Oh. That's east of
South-
Oklahoma?
That's east of Oklahoma.
I'm gonna phone a friend. Is that an option?
No, that is not an option. You're not allowed to use your phone.
No, dude, it's north of Oklahoma, South Dakota.
Yeah, it's east and then north
No
of
way,
Oklahoma.
dude, it's directly above it, dude.
That is east
I'm
of
gonna
Oklahoma. North. You were still wrong on the state.
Overruled.
You got it wrong.
I got
It was
bad
South
clues.
Dakota.
I got bad
You
clues.
fucked up the question.
I got bad
Incorrect.
clues. I got bad clues.
You're wrong. Emilio got it incorrect, guys.
Challenging. I'm
So
challenging. Red flag on the
No,
field.
there's no
It's
challenging.
gonna go to review.
No. You are at 3 points.
Connect
You've missed two.
Connect us to New York, please. They're gonna review the play.
Moving on to the next question. Question 6. Going to Mount Rushmore. You get a point for each one of these you get right.
Fucking hell, these guys.
Name the 4 presidents that are on Mount Rushmore. You get a point for each one you named, and you miss a point for each one you don't get.
So it's 4.
And by the way, you only get 4 guesses, so consider them carefully.
So Mount Rushmore, big L, in my opinion, but whatever. I don't have to know the name of these people because they killed a bunch of people, and I think that's wrong.
You can go with any negative association to get out of knowing the right answer.
So George Washington.
That's 1. It's up to 4 points.
Oh fuck. Grant.
You have 2 more guesses.
Lincoln.
Correct. That's 2. So Emilio's up to 5 points.
Are they all presidents?
They are all presidents.
Okay, so not the guy from the musical.
One more guess.
No, I have 2 more guesses. You told me I had 4 chances.
No, you get 1 more guess.
But if there's 4, right?
There are 4, but you only get 1 shot per president. So I mean, you're guaranteed to maybe get at least 1 more point out of it, and only miss 1.
So Biden was alive when they inaugurated Mount Rushmore.
But I think not. He's not that old. Unless he's immortal by some chance. You have Lincoln and Washington down. There's 2 more that remain.
And they were all U.S. presidents.
They were all U.S. presidents. Yeah, 1 more guess to see if you can guess one of the
I'm going to go with my boy, John Adams.
And you would be incorrect.
Fuck. What are the other 2 losers?
The other 2 are Theodore Roosevelt and Thomas Jefferson.
Really?
I thought you would have at least gotten Jefferson.
Honestly, thought I would get Roosevelt.
Nope.
I didn't know.
Incorrect, buddy. So yes, guys, we're up to 5 correct questions for Emilio.
Continue with your propaganda. It's okay.
For propaganda. He's gotten 5 correct and he's missed 4. So we're not looking at the best ratio here. So, Emilio, you're gonna have to step up your game here, buddy, if you want to prove that you know history. All right, Emilio. This is going to the history of Las Vegas. Who was the
Vegas?
Don't worry, this isn't a Vegas-centered question. This is just where this particular individual lived at. Who was one of the most? He was one of the most iconic singers and songwriters in U.S. history. Active during the 1980s, 90s, and early 2000s, and allegedly had mafia ties.
Easy.
Who
Jake
was this individual?
Paul. No, Frank Sinatra.
He was Jake Paul. Who was this legendary iconic singer?
Frank Sinatra.
Correct, Frankie
Easy.
Sinatra. Allegedly, mob ties, was pretty big, and yeah, he was a big Vegas guy. Congratulations, buddy. You finally got another one. You're up 6. 6-4 ratio here.
Finally, the ones about interesting topics. Anyway.
Yeah, fine. Yeah, just because he doesn't know some of the other ones. All right, buddy. We're going to take another bit of a diversion here into another portion.
Name the original 10 Name the original 10 team members.
There was no. Thomas Jefferson was an extremely iconic president, and he did many things during his leadership. One such thing he did back in the early 1800s was make a purchase of a certain spit of land in the Midwest southern United States. What was the name of the deal he made when he purchased a large chunk of land in the U.S. from the French? Not the name of the states. What was the name of the deal he made with the French when he bought the land?
Well, if it's in French, it was probably Louisiana Purchase. So,
Wait, what was your answer?
the Louisiana Purchase?
Correct, the Louisiana Purchase. Damn, he's good.
Also on stolen land. But anyways, Ryan.
Also stolen. I'm noticing a theme here the more we go back into the history. A lot of this stuff seems to be stolen.
Yeah. You guys should look into that.
All right. All right, buddy. Now this is where we amp it up now with a multi-question. If you recall, we talked about this in our last conversation after the show. We're going into U.S. currency, baby, to see how much you know. You're up 7, missed 4. We're going over every major bill from the $1 bill to the $100 bill to see if you can identify each president. For each bill, you get 2 tries, just because there's only a certain number of presidents. So, who was on the $1 bill?
Again, the big W, George Washington.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Jake Paul again.
George Bush.
Oh, that's right. You can. Right. Wait, is that a $2 bill or a 1?
I'll never tell you.
So he may have possibly cheated there, but
nah, that's
yeah,
$2
he's correct.
bill.
Okay, good. So George Washington, kind of obvious. So 8 correct.
He didn't have
Who was
teeth.
Who was on the $5 bill, Emilio?
Everybody's favorite vampire slayer, Abe Lincoln.
Shitty movie, but correct answer. Abraham Lincoln. It was bad. I watched the vampire one and the zombie hunter Abe Lincoln movie.
Holy crap.
There's 2 different Abe Lincoln like Monster Hunter movies. They're both horrible. But
Verb, I know what we're gonna do today.
Well, he's correct. 9 correct. Emilio, who was on the $10 bill?
And
now we're starting to get into more unknown territory.
And that's not a president, or was, or are they?
I can't tell you. You have to guess. You have 2 guesses.
Because it's either Grant or Hamilton.
Most of them are presidents.
Is it Hamilton?
Are you sure you want to lock that one in?
No. It is. It's Jefferson. No, it's Andrew Jackson.
And going with Andrew Jackson, he is incorrect.
I got another guess. I got another guess.
You do have another guess. It's not Jackson.
Can I get a hit because I got it wrong? Is it a president or not?
I cannot tell you. You have a pool of possible.
It's the $10 bill, right? Because I'm like looking at it. I have one on the other side of my room, but I can't make out the face of the guy. So it's either.
It's supposed to feel like what Jeopardy players feel like.
So it's not Andrew Jackson.
It is not Jackson.
Thomas Jefferson's right here on the 2.
Yeah.
So it's either.
Well, maybe.
He's on 2 bills? Can the guy be on 2 different bills?
I can't tell you for sure, buddy.
Maybe that's an older Thomas Jefferson. $10 bill, right? You know what? I'm going with Alexander Hamilton.
Are you certain you want to go Hamilton?
No. It is.
Okay, you still have a guess.
Nah, I'm going with Hamilton, dude. This is a fake quiz.
Okay, you want to go Hamilton? All right. He is correct. It is Alexander
Yeah.
Hamilton.
I love
Good
that
job,
musical.
buddy.
I wish America was
Yep.
real.
Honestly, my hint was going to be there was a musical
Oh, I would have
made
known
about this guy,
immediately.
which would have immediately given it away. Now, he is correct, everyone. He is now up 10 questions. Correct. $20 bill.
There's a $20 bill. I didn't even consider that, man. That one's
Who's
Andrew.
on the 20?
That one's my man, Andrew Jackson.
Final answer you're going to lock in?
Yeah. Because I get two
Okay.
guesses per bill, right?
You do. You get 2 guesses per bill.
Yeah, so it's Andrew Jackson.
He's correct. It is Andrew Jackson once again. Honestly, I kind of figured you might get Jackson down, but he's right. It is Andrew Jackson on the 20. All right, Emilio, you're up 11 questions now. 4 wrong, 11 right. Now,
For $50.
the 50 and the 100, I'm going to say one guess. So you get one shot per bill.
Oh, fuck.
Because we're getting into the big leagues here, so we have to keep it limited.
Okay.
So consider your choices carefully. Who is on the $50 bill?
It's Ulysses S. Grant?
Think about this very carefully, buddy.
I know.
You have one guess this time. I can't tell you what the answer is, obviously. And I'm not going to give you hints, but keep in mind you have one guess.
Can I knock
You
out
have no...
Can I knock out the $100 bill already? Because I know it's Ben Franklin.
Yeah, we can knock out the 100 now. So if you say Ben Franklin, yeah, he's right. So he's up 12 questions, guys. So yes. Now the 50.
Can't be John Adams. It's gotta be. Wait a minute. Was Grant the guy during the Civil War? Like he was president during that period and he led the rebellion against the South? Or the.
No, Grant was not the president during the Civil War. He was present for it, but he was not the president during the Civil War.
Because Lincoln was the one that was leading the Union then.
Lincoln was the one leading the Union, yes. That much I can't tell you because those are just historical facts.
And Grant was known for what?
For being part of the Union Army, alongside Robert E. Lee, who was part of the Confederate Army. Of course, Lincoln was ultimately in charge.
Because I'm between him and John Adams, but I feel like John Adams already had a bigger honor being on Boy Meets World. So I gotta think of this. I don't know. Maybe if the wind blows and the 50 lands in front of me, I will know. Is it... Because I feel like you told me. You know what? I'm already up 12. I think I can take another hit. I don't know how many questions there's gonna be, but I'll go with Giga Chad Grant. That's his real name, guys.
Giga Chad Grant. Again, are you sure you want to go Grant?
Yeah, if it's John Adams, I'm gonna go piss on his grave and
Historical desecration, yes.
because he fucked me up.
Well, Emilio, if you are locking in Ulysses S. Grant, you are correct. It was Grant on the $50 bill.
This episode's gonna be so
correct.
long. Anyways, go ahead.
Don't worry, we only have a few more to go through. But you are correct. You're up 13 out of 4 right now. There's a total of 20 questions, so you're up to 17. We're on question 18 now, so we only have 3 questions left, counting this one. Well, so far you have a pretty good score, but if you miss these last 3, there's the potential chance
Of death.
that you may not be going on your trip to the state. Well, I didn't. Wouldn't didn't think it was gonna go that far necessarily, but
This is real life.
All right,
Ryan.
Emilio. The Great Westward Expansion in the United States started
Not great
with
for
a group
Native
of.
Americans, but okay. Go ahead.
It wasn't, unfortunately, but there was a group of explorers who helped pave the way from the East Coast to the West Coast and helped chart out previously unthought of areas of the United States. Who were these two iconic explorers?
I know who they
and
are.
who was the young woman who assisted them that they met on their journey?
Yeah.
So give me all three for 1 point.
I know because they were on Epic Rap Battles of History, and Rhett and Link played them.
You found some very weird sources for knowing this history.
Well, because I didn't see this stuff in class, man. The approach I had was through like random internet jokes.
Well, in order for you to get the full point, you have to give me all three names. If you fail to do so, unfortunately, you missed this question.
Lewis and Clark.
That's two.
Can I phone a friend?
Nope. There are no friends that you can phone for this one.
Can I get a hint for the woman's name?
Unfortunately not, buddy. You're going to have to use your brain power somehow.
I'm going to have to make up
to figure out what it is.
Did they change her name, as in, like, that they gave her a European name or something?
No, they retained her original name.
But did they, like, anglicize it?
No, I believe it's still the original name.
Oh, my God. Because I knew about the Native American woman and that they, like, fucked her over.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't.
He's correct historically.
But I don't. That is the historical term.
Yeah. But you need to know the name.
I know. I need to know the name. I don't even. Like, I'm drawing a blank, dude. I'm gonna have to. For the sake of this being a short episode, because we're already at 50 minutes, I'm gonna have to take the L on this one because I don't know that lady's name.
All right. It is Sacagawea.
Okay, yeah. I would not know.
Lewis and Clark and Sacagawea were the three main players involved.
Shout out to Sacagawea. Sorry. I will piss.
Sorry, didn't know.
I will piss
Emilio,
on Lewis and Clark grave, though. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, he did Lewis and Clark proud, but Sacagawea, unfortunately, you let down her legacy today,
I'm
buddy.
sorry, guys. Anyways.
Yeah, it's okay. He'll get over it sometime. All right, buddy. We're to the second to last question here, so it's starting to ramp up. And this one's going to be kind of an interesting one. So, the iconic country singer Johnny Cash. He was a very big celebrity and singer, and still pretty iconic to this day. Back in the mid-1950s and 60s, yes, he performed around Nashville quite a bit. 70s as well. His legacy is still pretty big ever since those days. However, there was one iconic song that he performed in San Quentin Prison, where he performed for inmates for the first time ever, which the guards didn't want to go through with it, but, they ended up letting him perform anyway. So, Emilio, what is the name of the iconic song that Johnny Cash performed in San Quentin Prison?
Can I get a hint?
It was performed in the San Quentin Prison by Johnny Cash.
Oh, man.
That should tell you everything you need to know.
Is the song called The San Quentin Prison or something?
No.
I'm gonna have to make one up here because I genuinely do not know. Was it ever covered by Elvis by any chance?
I believe it was. Yes.
It can't be Jailhouse Rock, right?
Is that your guess or no?
How many chances do I get?
So what's your final guess, buddy?
I'm gonna have to say Jailhouse Rock because I have no idea.
Fuck. Yeah, he's right. It's Jailhouse
Oh
Rock.
my god, that's so
How
fucked
the
up.
fuck did you know that?
I didn't. I just like guessed.
I just, just Elvis suddenly popped into your head, and you're like, oh, that must be it.
But that's really fucked up that he played Jailhouse Rock to a bunch of inmates.
I mean, yeah, they didn't want him to perform a concert, period, but they let him. So, and the inmates loved it.
Oh,
So.
well. Wait.
Damn.
Golden question
Well,
time.
Here we are. Finally, we are to the last question, guys. Question 20. Emilio is up 15. Or up 16, rather. Missed 4. This is the final one. This is probably the most important question of them all. And hopefully Emilio was able to get this one right for the finale here. Emilio, you know the iconic and probably worst NFL team of all time, the Green Bay Packers. We all know this. I don't need to bash them too much. They're shameful enough already. However,
who won
November
the 2011
12th,
Super Bowl?
I'm telling the question. You need to know this information. The worst team ever, the Green Bay Packers, played an iconic game on November 12th, 2023, where they lost in typical fashion 19-23 to a certain NFL team. What was the name of the team that the Green Bay Packers lost to?
Well, we lost a lot of games that season.
No, I just need the name of the team, buddy. No other details needed.
Was it during a playoff round?
November 12th, 2023, they played an iconic game where they lost 19-23.
Oh,
what was
if it
the
was
name
November,
of the team?
it had to be the... So November, that's regular season. So it... Those... No, because... I'm guessing you want me to say the Pittsburgh Steelers. But
you can guess whatever
did
team
they
you
even
want.
play a game that season?
This is worth 1 bajillion points.
Holy crap! I better.
By
get
the
this
way,
right.
yeah, I know. So if you get this wrong,
How many
you
guesses
will fail
do
the
I get?
quiz. I will give you, for this one, it's the last question. I'll give you 3.
So is it the Pittsburgh Steelers?
Is that your final answer?
Well, I got 2
Or
more,
guess.
so yeah.
He is correct. It is
Yeah.
the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Only a Steelers
Finally,
fan would
he guesses
celebrate the most
The
irrelevant
best
game of the
NFL
season.
team humiliatingly crushed the
By
Packers
4
during
points.
the game by 4 points. The Packers, in traditional fashion, lost. But congratulations, buddy. You know your history of the best NFL team, and you have just scored 1 bajillion points. Thank you for acknowledging the Steelers' accomplishments. It's appreciated. And you have successfully passed the quiz. That is the end of our American quiz, guys. Overall final results, Emilio ended up achieving
1 bajillion
16
points.
out of 20.
1 bajillion points, dude. It says right there.
Plus a bajillion. But who's counting now? So 16 out of 20.
Oh.
Congratulations, buddy. You passed the test, and you are allowed to go on your trip.
I can't believe I got the Johnny Cash one. I'm just
Yeah, I
really
can't
surprised.
believe you got that one right as well.
And I got all the U.S. bills right, so yeah.
Well, hold on. Did you miss any of them, actually? No, I think you did get all of them right.
Probably in editing, I'll remember, but this is already a long-ass episode, so we're not even going to waste you guys' time. Do whatever you want. Get out of here. Go touch some grass.
Thank you guys for tuning into this awesome episode, this very special edition episode where we got to see Emilio demonstrate his knowledge of America, more knowledgeable than I thought. And yeah, it was a very fun time. Tune in next week, guys, for another awesome episode, and check us out on all the socials. Please donate to us on Ko-fi to help keep this show going, and so Emilio can visit Ryansville when he starts his trip.